15, 1977, an astronomer working at Ohio State University in the United States made a remarkably strange discovery. Analyzing the data from the telescope he was operating, astronomer Urema couldn't believe his eyes, and the excitement spread worldwide. He quickly grabbed the first pen he found, circled a piece of paper, and wrote the words that likely escaped his lips: "Wow." To this day, the origin of the radio signal captured by that telescope remains a mystery. However, the belief that this might be the first detection of a signal emitted by an extraterrestrial civilization is not entirely ruled out. The signal, or as it became known, the WOW signal, lasted approximately 72 seconds, adding intrigue to its story. What makes it even more fascinating is an article published several years prior to its detection. In 1959, two astronomers from the University of Cornell speculated that intelligent civilizations scattered throughout the universe would likely attempt communication using a very specific frequency of the electromagnetic spectrum, 1420 MHz. This frequency, known as the hydrogen line, is emitted by neutral hydrogen atoms. The authors believe that hydrogen, being the most abundant element in the universe, would have a well-known spectrum for virtually any technologically advanced civilization. Thus, it could serve as a universal communication channel. The WOW signal's frequency was 1420.356 MHz, remarkably close to the hydrogen line. It seemed too good to be true. Decades have passed since the signal was captured, yet its exact origin remains a mystery. It originated from the direction of the Sagittarius constellation, and astronomers have identified stars similar to our Sun in the vicinity of where they believe the signal originated. Could the WOW signal be the first detection of extraterrestrial life in history, and are we still unaware of its significance? In 1961, an astronomer named Frank Drake set out to create an equation to help estimate the number of intelligent civilizations in our galaxy. Known as the Drake equation, it is not a scientifically validated equation that represents reality, but rather a guide to delve into the speculative topic of the search for extraterrestrial life using our best scientific knowledge as a foundation. Despite the wide variation in the values the equation yields, even with conservative estimates based on decades of work by countless scientists and the best available data, it suggests that there may be thousands of other civilizations sharing the galaxy with us. So, where are all the intelligent civilizations? This is known as the Fermi paradox, named after physicist Enrico Fermi, who first raised the question around 1950. The Fermi paradox highlights the perceived contradiction of observing a universe teeming with potential habitats for life, yet the absence of evident contact with advanced civilizations. It remains a fascinating and unresolved question that continues to intrigue scientists and spark speculation about the nature of intelligent life in the cosmos. We study and explore, seeking countless possibilities of planets that could harbor life. At first glance, it seems that life in the universe is more a matter of probability than difficulty. With so many different worlds inhabiting diverse stars, and the vast size and scale of the universe, it is almost certain that life should arise on more worlds. However, despite all these indications and places where life should be possible, to this day, everything points to us being alone. If the universe appears and should be teeming with life, then where is everyone? Shouldn't someone have tried to communicate with us by now? The Fermi paradox has become the subject of study for numerous scientific personalities and astrobiologists for many years. If you ask any of them, they will likely respond with their favorite hypothesis to explain the Fermi paradox, and many of them are highly plausible and coherent. However, today's video is reserved for probably one of the most obscure and unsettling solutions to the Fermi paradox, with implications that could change how humanity conducts its search for life beyond Earth, the dark forest hypothesis. Speak softer, they might hear you. Perhaps our galaxy is teeming with life, yet we find ourselves surrounded by cosmic silence. The Fermi paradox offers a solution: the dark forest. It suggests that civilizations fear revealing their presence to the universe, as we cannot know the technological advancements or intentions of other civilizations. The dark forest concept becomes even more chilling when we consider that humanity has been sending signals into space for approximately 100 years. Any intelligent civilization within a 100 light-year radius may have already received our signals. But why would an extraterrestrial civilization destroy another simply for existing? Let's try to set aside all the evolutionary baggage that humanity carries for a moment. Yes, we do stupid things to each other from time to time, but we have consciousness. We need to survive as a species, and in times of crisis, we tend to prioritize the survival of our kind. From an evolutionary perspective, it makes sense. Any species that doesn't prioritize its own existence will lose space and vital resources necessary to continue existing. It's like the planet Earth is a big game where only the most selfish species have a real chance of winning. The dark forest theory takes this idea to a terrifying scale within our galaxy. With just two premises, we arrive at a chilling scenario. The first premise is that the primary goal of any civilization is to continue existing. The second premise is that existing civilizations in the universe will continue to expand, while resources remain constant and limited. As a result, resources become increasingly scarce. Let's think about humanity for a moment. We are approaching a point where we have enough technology to start colonizing other planets in our solar system, albeit slowly. Eventually, we will have expanded to all possible places within our solar system. However, the resources we need to sustain and further our expansion will no longer be sufficient. In this scenario, the logical step would be to expand to other star systems. But what if we encounter civilizations that are technologically behind us? Perhaps the best alternative would be to simply annihilate those civilizations. In a universe with limited and scarce resources, the survival of one's own species becomes the primary concern. It wouldn't be strange to imagine predatory civilizations wiping out any other civilization that appears in their path. It becomes a matter of resource preservation. Today, we are already dealing with difficulties in obtaining various precious elements. Asteroid mining, once considered science fiction, is now being discussed as a reality. Laws are being enacted to govern it. It wouldn't be far-fetched to imagine that an extremely advanced civilization, capable of interstellar travel, would annihilate anything and anyone in its path, solely for the purpose of saving resources that will be crucial in the future. We cannot know the intentions of other civilizations. It's impossible to determine if they are friendly or potential enemies. Given this limited information about everything and everyone, the best alternative to survive is not to ask questions and simply destroy anything that comes in our way before it becomes a threat. In this cosmic survival game, the best strategy for continued existence is absolute silence, hoping that no other extraterrestrial civilization has noticed our existence yet. If we live in a universe governed by the laws of survival, it would be terrible news for our curious instinct. Perhaps the signal, or what may have been the first detection of an extraterrestrial civilization attempting to communicate, was also the last. Considering the time it took for the signal to reach us, how many civilizations intercepted it along the way? If the signal truly came from an intelligent civilization, it likely no longer exists. The entire concept of human space exploration, discovering new worlds, new forms of life, new cultures, and understanding our place in all of it may simply be a reflection of a species that has not matured enough to play the game of the universe. The dark forest hypothesis is a dark and disturbing look into the possible nature of our galaxy. There is no strong reason to dismiss the theory because it is solid at its core. Perhaps the universe is truly hostile, and we never receive signals from other civilizations because they have all realized that the best strategy for continued survival is to remain silent. Even if predatory civilizations don't exist and all possible extraterrestrial civilizations are peaceful, the mere possibility of their existence somehow obliges us to disconnect our communications and embrace silence as an evolutionary strategy. Similar to Earth, where various life forms developed camouflage as a survival strategy to avoid being seen by predators, humanity may have to do the same by disconnecting all our communications and accepting silence as a survival strategy. But I would like to know what you think about this hypothesis. I want to have a discussion with you in the comments section. Thank you very much, and until next time.